Welcome to my channel. Have you ever noticed how the moments you dread most, the pauses, the waiting, the silence after you've prayed, the unanswered questions are the very moments that seem to shape you most deeply? It feels unbearable at times. Like a door is closed, like heaven has gone quiet. And yet, hidden inside those pauses is a rhythm that belongs not to human time, but to eternity. The delays you despise are not absence. They are preparation. The universe has never been in a hurry. Yet it has never been late. What seems to you like wasted time is often the very soil where strength, trust, and unseen answers are being formed. You look for results, but the universe looks for readiness. And when you reach the breaking point where you think nothing is happening, that is where eternity touches the present. That is where your faith is stretched into something unshakable. You live in time, counting minutes, days, and years. But the universe does not measure in your scales. It exists in eternity. And yet it enters your life through the present moment. That single moment right now is the place where the eternal touches the temporary. And it is in that sacred space where answers are born. The delays you hate most are not taking place in the future. They are unfolding right here in the present moment you often overlook. When your attention drifts into anxiety about what is to come, you step out of alignment with what the universe is shaping right now. Fear of tomorrow makes the delay feel heavier than it truly is. Instead of resting in the moment where divine strength is available, you wrestle with possibilities that may never unfold. The present where eternity is at work becomes overshadowed by imaginations of loss and failure. You do not see that the pause itself is filled with unseen grace. Every delay is a reminder that the present is sacred ground. You may think nothing is happening, but in truth, everything is happening. The unseen roots of your future are spreading beneath the soil of today. A seed does not grow because you worry about tomorrow. It grows because it rests in the hidden processes of the present. The universe is not punishing you with delay. It is preparing you, refining you, shaping you to carry what you long for without it slipping through your hands. Think about it. If answers always arrived instantly, you would never learn trust, patience, or endurance. You would live shallow, always demanding, but never deepening. The pause, as uncomfortable as it feels, stretches you into maturity. What you call delay is the universe calling you back to the moment where its presence is alive, asking you to surrender the rush and recognize the eternal hand at work. To live in the present during delay is to train your heart to see eternity woven into every second. The delays you hate most are not wasted. They are where the universe does its finest work. Answers are not formed in the noise of tomorrow or the regrets of yesterday. They are born in the quiet acceptance of now. The present moment, though ordinary to you, is the meeting place of time and eternity. And when you learn to remain there, delays no longer feel like punishment. They reveal themselves as the sacred rhythm by which the universe brings all things to life in their appointed season. When you wait, something inside you feels like it's dying. The stillness strips away your illusions of control, and the silence confronts your impatience. The self that craves instant gratification begins to fade, and in its place grows a deeper dependence on the universe. This is why delays feel so unbearable. They challenge the very part of you that wants to manage outcomes, set timelines, and hold all the power. You cannot serve two masters, control and trust, and so one must die for the other to live. Delays often resemble death because they force you to release what you cling to most, your own sense of timing. You bury expectations, watch dreams seem to wither, and feel as though the future you long for is slipping further from reach. Yet, just as a seed must be buried in the dark before it bursts into life, your waiting is not a grave, but a womb. What feels like loss is often the precise place where transformation begins. The universe works best in those unseen hours where hope seems buried, because it is preparing a resurrection far greater than what you first imagined. Consider the story of Lazarus. To those watching, the delay meant tragedy. They believed the universe had been too late, that the chance for healing had passed. Yet the delay was not neglect. It was intention. Had the answer arrived earlier, they would have seen healing. But because it came later, they witnessed resurrection. The pause transformed despair into a stage for greater glory. And so it is with you. The delays you despise may not be signs of abandonment, but preparation for something higher than your request. Every delay buries something within you. Impatience, pride, fear, or the illusion that you can create miracles on your own. These small deaths are not meaningless. They are the breaking down of what cannot sustain your future. In their place, the universe plants endurance, humility, and unwavering faith. Though the process is painful, it ensures that when the answer finally comes, you are not the same fragile soul who began the journey. You have been prepared, strengthened, and refined to carry the blessing without it breaking you. Do not mistake silence for absence. When nothing seems to move, the deepest work is often unfolding beneath the surface. The delay that feels like death is where the universe performs its finest miracles. You think the waiting has cost you time, but in truth, it has preserved you. The delays you hate most are not endings. They are beginnings, disguised as stillness. What you thought was loss is often the birthplace of life, more abundant than you imagined. Delays are not empty corridors. They are classrooms. What feels like a pause in your story is in truth a season of training. The waiting itself becomes a teacher, shaping your spirit in ways that speed never could. In the delays you hate most, the universe is not ignoring you. It is preparing you. Answers withheld are often not about denial, but about readiness. Without the process of waiting, the very blessing you long for could arrive too soon and collapse under the weight of your unprepared hands. The waiting season builds unseen muscles, patience, endurance, faith, humility. These are not qualities developed in moments of instant gratification. They are forged in silence, in nights of unanswered prayer, in days where nothing seems to move. You may feel like nothing is happening, but in reality, the roots of strength are deepening beneath the soil of your life. The delay you resist is forming the very character that will sustain what you've asked for. The universe knows that without this training, the gift could destroy you instead of bless you. During these seasons, the universe often redirects your attention inward. The delay becomes a mirror, forcing you to confront motives, desires, and hidden weaknesses. It asks you to examine whether you seek blessings for your own gain or to align with something greater. This refining work cannot be rushed, for depth takes time. Just as metal must pass through fire to be purified, your soul passes through waiting to emerge clear and strong. The very discomfort you want to escape is the tool that shapes you into someone capable of carrying what's ahead. The delays you hate most are not wasted. They are construction zones for your destiny. While you long for the door to open, the universe is teaching you how to walk once it does. While you beg for the weight to be lifted, the universe is training you to carry heavier loads with grace. Waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. When the appointed time arrives, you will not only receive the answer, you will also have become the person who can live within that answer fully and faithfully. Delays force you to confront the limits of your own understanding. After all the training hidden in waiting, you still face the truth that you do not see the full picture. You measure life in minutes and days, but the universe measures in eternity. What feels late to you is perfectly timed in the greater design. The delays you hate most are not evidence of neglect, but proof that your vision is too small to grasp what is unfolding. Trust requires letting go of the illusion that you know what is best. Anxiety wants to push you into forcing outcomes, into rushing ahead to help the universe complete what you think it has delayed. But rushing only builds fragile results. Doors that swing open before their hinges are set. Forced timing collapses under its own weight. Trust on the other hand anchors you in peace. It allows you to rest in the truth that the universe is moving with precision even when you cannot see the movement. Can any one of you by worrying add a single hour to your life? Worry does not speed up the answer. It steals strength from today while leaving tomorrow untouched. In the waiting, your part is not to manipulate or control, but to surrender and remain faithful in the present. Trust says, even when the silence stretches long, even when the path makes no sense, I believe the universe is working for me. Such trust transforms waiting from torment into an altar of surrender. History is full of reminders that trying to control divine timing leads to regret. When human impatience tries to help the universe, the result is often division, confusion, or unnecessary pain. The delay was meant to protect, but the rush created disorder. Sometimes the no or the not yet is the highest form of love. Trusting beyond your understanding means receiving that love even when it doesn't match your desire. It means believing that the pause is not punishment but mercy. 2. Walk in this kind of trust is to live free from fear. You may not know when the door will open, but you know who holds the key. You may not understand the length of the delay, but you can rest in the truth that the universe is never careless, never late, never blind to your need. Trust beyond your understanding means loosening your grip on your own timeline and allowing eternity to write its rhythm in your life. The delays you hate most then become sacred reminders. You are not in control, but you are always cared for. Gratitude is the hidden key that transforms delay from torment into peace. After you have surrendered control and chosen to trust beyond your own understanding, gratitude teaches you how to live fully while you wait. Without it, waiting becomes bitterness, an endless focus on what has not yet come. With it, waiting becomes worship, a steady reminder that even in silence, you are surrounded by unseen blessings. Gratitude shifts your vision from what is missing to what is already present. And in that shift, the delay loses its power to destroy your joy. When you despise the waiting, you become blind to the daily provisions the universe has already placed in your path. Each new morning, each breath of life, each protection you never noticed, these are signs that you are not abandoned. Gratitude opens your eyes to see that the universe is already working on your behalf, even before the visible answer arrives. The delays you hate most often conceal countless small miracles happening in the background. Recognizing them keeps your heart alive even when your hands are still empty. Gratitude also strengthens you against despair. Consider how only one of the 10 lepers Return to give thanks after receiving healing. That single act of gratitude marked the difference between being cured and being made whole. In the same way, when you give thanks in the waiting, you are not only holding out for the answer, you are becoming whole in spirit. Gratitude teaches you that joy does not have to wait for resolution. It can exist in the middle of the process. To live with gratitude in delay is to declare that the giver is enough even before the gift arrives. It is an act of defiance against hopelessness and a proclamation of trust that the universe is always faithful. Each word of thanks becomes a seed of peace planted in your soul. And as those seeds grow, you realize something profound. The delays you once hated were never empty. They were sacred spaces where gratitude deepened your faith, where joy was reborn, and where the universe worked best in ways you could not yet see. The delays you hate most are not proof that the universe has forgotten you. They are proof that it is shaping you, preparing you, and weaving your life into a timing larger than you can see. Waiting is not wasted when it builds the soul that will one day step into the promise fully prepared. The universe works best in the pauses you despise. It works in silence, in stillness, in the hours where nothing seems to change. And when the moment arrives, you will understand. The delay was never your enemy. It was the path. Trust the timing. Embrace the waiting. For the universe works best in the delays you hate most.